Hey guys, this is Chris from The Blazing Show with Chris, and this is another special, and we're gonna have a man named Mark Sullivan. Hey Mark, you there?
Yes, sir. I'm right here.
Oh, you're on. So introduce yourself, Mark Sullivan.
Yes, sir. This is Mark Sullivan. I'm an inventor, and I was recently a guest on ABC's Shark Tank to present one of my patents. That particular invention was a electric generator which harnesses the spin of the Earth. This may be the first time that mankind has actually harnessed the spin of the Earth. So that's the show that I was on recently, Chris.
What led up to where you are now, by the way, like career-wise? You're
Well, now I am working with doctors and scientists. I have my own private research company, and I design and build specialty devices for different companies, mostly medical and dental and scientific and laboratory equipment. And I also design and build medical offices in high-rise buildings. So I act as the architect and design the offices and medical laboratories, and so I act as a general contractor and build out medical and dental and laboratory office space also. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm writing some screenplays, so I'm working on that, and design and build specialty devices for sport teams and military applications and performance gear for people. And so I build just whatever these people need. I try to do some good every day, and so that's basically what I'm doing now. And Chris, thank you for having me on your show.
no
I
problem.
appreciate you giving me a call, and so just wanted to get that in. And before we get too busy, I just wanted to let you know I appreciate you giving me a call and having me on your show.
No problem.
And
No problem. It's an honor. And I saw you on Shark Tank, by the way. You say you have degrees in physics, chemist.
Well, really, I'm a molecular biologist, so I work in a lot of infection control and microbiology, and I work on a lot of equipment for microbiological laboratories and testing laboratories, and but the invention for that the electric generator that harnesses the spin of the Earth, that can be seen. It's a patent that has 36 separate claims. So it's a pretty big patent on 36 separate areas that claims on the patent that harness the angular momentum of a planetary body. So we're actually harnessing energy from the spin of our planet, because not all planets spin, and so a lot of energy was put into this system to cause this planet to spin. So we're basically capturing some energy off of that, and so that's what that invention is about. But I hope that everybody can be an inventor. Everybody can. Every day, people, you think of things in your daily life, and you can be creative and create new inventions. This is a great time in the history of the world to be creating new things that will that will help mankind. And that's a lot of it, is having the right motivation and doing good things for mankind will really give you a lot of power and and energy to do good things and to really do things that people haven't done before and create new things. But it really needs to be goodness and do good things for mankind. That's my motivation, anyway, Chris.
Oh, nice. By the way, the patent office, does it accept prototypes? I heard like it doesn't or something.
The Patent and Trademark Office has changed in that years ago you did actually need to build the working prototype, but now you do not. There are so many new types of inventions that are new patents in software and in new medical, new drugs and new devices that they do not require that you build the actual prototype to submit for patent anymore. You can simply draw the invention and then write up an in-depth abstract regarding the workings of your claim, your patent, and the claims. But I recommend always using a patent attorney. Find a good patent attorney that is registered and work with them, and they can help you. It's a real specialized area. So So I do recommend contacting a patent attorney and going through them for your patents.
What's this about, like selling out? The term selling out, sell out the rights, etc. Right? There's like like what if the government wants your invention, and if you don't sell it, if you don't sell out, then they'll wanna persecute you or something. That happened to a man named Stanley Meyer. They loved the invention. It's just that he wouldn't sell out to the companies.
Well, the business world is full of trickery, but we should not let that blind us to the goodness that there is in the world. But do be aware that that really there is a lot of trickery in the business world, but that cannot stop you from performing. And just get a good patent attorney. That's my recommendation there. And then try to do some good while you're here, because you just don't know how long you're going to be here on this planet. And so try to do some good and leave some advancement in technology, or some advancement in civilization, or some written work that will be uplifting and inspire others to do great works.
Wow. But of course, because I think there's so many inventions, like Gary Westerman's list of 200 inventions, or like the small generators. What's it the list of Gary Westerman list of 200 inventions, and they're like suppressed from small generators to large generators and stuff dealing with thorium and all and stuff like that. Like, do you know anything? I don't even know if you heard of Gary Westerman himself.
Sure. there are many. Um, there are companies that will buy up patents and just hold the patents so that their existing technologies will make them money. Say oil companies do not want other energy sources. Oil companies, there's this term called patent trolls who go buy up all these patents, and so that their existing technologies will be the ones that make the money. Well, those people are obviously just motivated by money, but money isn't everything, and it's.
But money talks.
So you do need to perform in spite of the obstacles that may be out there. You need to get up in the morning and rock the world and do amazing things every day, and then just have the right attitude and be thankful for your life, and what I call have an attitude of gratitude, and try to do something amazing every day, and try to find ways to do good works. And if you can do that, you will have an amazing amount of energy, and you will have supernatural help if you just seek out ways to do good works in whatever field that you work in. If you have the right attitude and you're trying to do good works, then you will have a lot of help, and you just never know when you're going to change somebody's life with your good work.
Wow, that's good to know. Talk about some of the products you have, like the Sullivan generator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially that
I'm
one.
working on several other inventions right now. Internal combustion engine, and I'm working on a new food product to help solve some of the food shortages in the world. I generally try to work in areas that are what's called demand inelastic, where areas like food, water, healthcare, shelter, transportation, things that you need to have to survive, not things that are luxuries. So that's why I'm working in these areas right now, as energy, and then fresh water. There's many areas in the world that have a lot of salt water, but they just don't have enough fresh water. So, people are working in areas of reverse osmosis, which is very expensive, and other types of desalination projects. But that's an emerging field that is really in demand, and the same with food. Right now there's becoming less and less land for farming, and so we're needing to develop new ways of creating more food.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I keep thinking every time, like, pretty much most problems, or practically all of them, it's a new world order. They want to take away they want to take people's land, where Agenda 21, 99% is going to belong to nature, 1% is going to belong, and people are going to be like in compact cities, and they're killing with the food with the GMOs, etc. So like No wonder there's so many food shortages, because they're even killing the food and nobody's like standing up to them. So that's what I'm trying
Well,
to.
there will be new inventions created which will help us to develop more efficient ways of farming and more efficient ways of producing more protein per acre. And I do believe also that we will need to eventually leave this planet Earth. And so it is very important for people to become active in the space industry and work on getting the human species onto Mars and onto other planets, so that
That's not gonna happen anytime soon. But I get your vision. I would love to travel deep space, etc. But the thing is, like, whenever, like, I saw you in Shark Tank, and before you explain your experience on that, I seen people, like, when they give, like, their reactions, just like they gave you, you're crazy, it's stupid, it's disgusting. And when you talk about food shortages, I was thinking this video where it's a Japanese scientist has supposedly has created burgers, like meat from human feces. And I thought, like, at first I didn't believe it, but then I thought it was like a joke. But that can actually kill world hunger if you look at it that perspective. And most people, they're not gonna have that kind of open mind, and they'll think it's too disgusting. Even they'll save their lives. That was the frustrating part.
Chris,
Look up the video. Look up the video.
I haven't heard of that one yet, but I'm really not aware of that project. But like I was saying, the real one problem that we could encounter is the human species. Why I was saying we do need to leave our planet is that there could be a virus or an asteroid hit the Earth, and we have some other thermonuclear explosion or some other major problem that could wipe out the entire human species. And so I think it is important that we do leave this planet Earth, or at least get some of our species onto other planets, just in case something
Well, it's a bioweapon
happens,
or nuclear war.
Yes.
But I get what you're saying.
Yes, there's many things that could occur. So I do believe in the space program and getting humanity into onto other planets. And if you visit my website, you can see some of the projects that I'm working on and some of the diverse areas. My website is marksullivanresearch.com, and so you can visit that and see the electric generator that I presented on ABC Shark Tank.
Yep,
and you can see some of the
cool drawing too.
Thank you.
You did that? You did the whole drawing? Wow. By the way, what exactly is Shark Tank? Like, your experience about, like, with Shark Tank? How is it like? It's like hard to come by.
Oh, for this particular show, they did screen, I believe it was 45,000 applicants per show. So it was an honor and a privilege and an experience to be picked, to be on the show, to be picked out of 45,000 applicants, and it was an adventure. And so I went out to Los Angeles, and we did the show, and it was great fun. Very professional people, and the best people. They say in any organization, the higher you go in the organization, the people have better attitudes, and I think there's a reason for that, because they have a better attitude. They achieve higher levels in that organization, and so they were really first class, and very professional, and it was a real, it was a fun experience.
They still thought your idea was BS though, because I think of it
Well,
personally like it's like conscience, you know. Yeah, well, it's like they don't have a conscience. I see it or something. I don't know. I may be wrong. Because like when it comes to crazy ideas, if it inflicts your belief when you're doctrinated, you normally do something. Oh, it's too crazy to happen, etc. And there's even the documents, but people won't believe it because it threatens their belief. So that's like saying you can't run a car on water. You know, some you can look online. There's all kinds of videos. You know, and humanity just doesn't change. Like you can't run a car
yeah.
almost anything besides gas. So like people are not gonna change
Well,
their minds, and you can't force them to. And it's also
yeah.
frustrating.
Well, Chris, I believe that none of the people on that, none of the panel were physicists, and so they just did not understand the physics behind it, and so they're investors, but they're not, their backgrounds are not in physics or chemistry, and so they're educated in other areas.
Yeah,
And
but that doesn't mean
I'm
the
educated in
idea
a
is
different area.
fake. Like you could look up
No.
Stanley Meyer. I talk to people who some of them won't even come on air because they're like afraid for their lives. I don't see how something
Uh,
could be scared for your life that's so fake. That's just
yeah.
that's itself is blowing.
Well, Chris, I believe that it's not their fault, and it's just we are all ignorant, only on different subjects. That's
That's true.
kind of my attitude on
No one's
it.
perfect.
So,
Nobody can be perfect.
yeah, yeah. And so we're just each educated in different areas, and but we just, like I said, you just try to do amazing things every day, and don't be afraid, and then just go out there and do good works over and over and over, and be persistent, because persistence is omnipotent. If you don't give up, you will succeed, and you just keep trying, whatever it is, and you just say one more time, and after a while you will start getting traction, and you will be successful. And if there's any message I would like to leave for your audience, it is to continue to be persistent, and don't give up, and just keep trying, and have a good attitude, and be thankful for your life, because you just don't know how long you're going to be here, and try and leave something good, leave the world a better place than you found it.
Wow, that's amazing, really. What do you know about free energy, by the way?
Well, there's energy all around us. It's just different. It's just
Nikola Tesla.
ways of capturing the energy and harnessing the energy, and there are many laboratories working on different forms of energy. It's just a matter of capturing it, and using it, and harnessing different types of energy.
Oh wow. By the way, how do you avoid persecution? By the way, 'cause I think like with this deep stuff, and the government knows deep down knows it's you're definitely not you don't sound like BS at all. Like the government has things that are like thousands of years probably ahead of the public, where it's anti gravity, radiant, scalar. Like how do you avoid persecution? Actually, do you stay on a down low or what? Like, Or I guess the good lawyer. I guess.
Well, yeah, you have good lawyers. They have their place, but generally, you want to try and stay away from lawyers as much as possible, except in writing your contracts.
Why?
And in your contract law, then you generally do need lawyers for your contracts and your patents. But in the rest of, I recommend staying as far away from lawyers as possible,
Why?
except in your patents and your contracts.
Why though?
And then, and then just keep your eyes open and keep your ears open and be super aware of your surroundings. And, I'm not going to, and then just don't do anything evil or don't do anything bad, and just try and do good things. And then you will, after several years, you will have built a resume of performing good works.
Oh, why exactly did you say like stay away from lawyers? I didn't get. Yeah, why do you have to stay like as far as possible?
Well, if you just do good works, then if you're just doing good things, you don't need lawyers except for your contracts and to help you write your patents. So that's generally kind of what do they call it, tongue-in-cheek kind of thing, but just basically try to do good things, and then you won't need lawyers very much. And in general, try to, if in doubt, just think about it for a minute. Whatever you're doing, if you have a decision to make, think about, myself personally, I always say, well, what would Jesus do in this situation? And then you suddenly elevate your consciousness to a higher level, and then you will think about what is the highest and best decision that could be made in that situation. And then that's how I try to live my life. So I just try and take the high road and try to never hurt anybody, and just try and do good works. And so that's how I live my life. So I that's how I, day by day, try to do good works.
Wow. Nice. By the way, is there any products that like are coming in the future? What do you think, like that you're making? Or do you know?
I'm so sorry, Chris. That broke up just a little bit there on the telephone line. What was that question? I'm sorry.
What do you think you're planning? Like any future ideas for inventions, like in the future? Do you have anything in mind?
Sure. Every day, every day I create. It depends on the day. Some days it's 20, 30, 50, 100 inventions. Some days, because there are so many problems that are afflicting mankind. And what I do is I keep a notebook with me at all times. And whenever there is a problem, I write down some solutions to it, and then I will later I'll pray about it, and I'll meditate, and I will try to find several solutions to that problem. I mean, there's some big problems. I mean, people die every day. That's a major problem. There are wars right now. That's a big problem. There are shortages of food and water, and there's disease, and there's many problems. There's large differences in resources and equality, and so these are some major problems that are afflicting mankind at this time, and we're all trying to find our way. And so my job as an inventor is to find specific solutions to these complex problems that are afflicting mankind today.
By the way, anybody who would want to go onto Shark Tank, and like, what advice would you give them, and what advice would you give to other inventors, like around the world, especially?
Okay, so the first part of the question is simply contact ABC and then go jump through the hoops and present your invention and just do it. And the second part of the question is, as far as advice to inventors, is number one, when you have an idea, write it down, date it, put the exact minute that invention came into your consciousness.
Exact minute?
And then get a witness to sign it also and date it and put the time. And then go call your patent attorney and say, I have an invention, I want to get a patent. And then go to them and schedule a time, sit down, have a meeting, and then have develop a relationship with your patent attorney and make them your friend, and then get a patent on it, either a provisional patent or a standard utility patent, and pay the money and do it.
Wait, what is that provisional and standard?
Well, provisional patent, yeah, your patent attorney can explain that to you, but there's several different types, really two major types of patents. There's a real quick provisional patent, which is less expensive for them to, it's called less expensive for them to prosecute that patent or to try and get that patent for you. And then there's standard utility patent, which is the pretty much the normal patent. That's a bit more expensive. So those are your two major types of patents. And then also the third thing is visit the website of the United States Patent and Trademark Office and study the keyword search. If you have invented some...
Do you have to avoid publicity, though?
Yes, the keyword search on the United States Patent and Trademark Office, so you can see what other prior art has been developed by other inventors, and then you will see what else is similar to your invention. So I think that's just a USPTO, United States Patent and Trademark Office, and you can visit the...
By the way, when you actually do this, do you have to can you go on TV, etc., or that has to be private?
I'm sorry, Chris.
Like when it comes to inventions, do you have to keep quiet about that, or you're free to tell me about your inventions?
No, when you first, until you get your patent, don't tell anybody. But after you secure a patent, then it is public record, and you are free to divulge the particulars of that patent because you are protected and nobody else can copy your patent. But until it is patented, don't tell anyone until you have a patent. When you ask me what's some advice I have for other inventors, that's probably one of the most important. Don't tell anybody about it. until you get the patent.
By the way, but what about according to the National Security Act of 1991 or 1994 is one of them, that like according to what the federal government thinks about inventions, they can actually arrest you legally. I talked to someone like off air. I don't want to go into details, but like he said that he kind of was hesitating to come on air, but like like he has to like be careful what he says or something. Or what can you tell me about that?
Oh, Chris, I have never had any negative experience with anybody.
Because he actually made the like contraptions, also a generator as well, and like it's stuff related to water and all that. But I guess your idea is like much too crazy for them to go after you. Because what if you actually made this contraption? How do you know they're not gonna go after you? You know how the government is.
I have made it. I have made several of these, but it's a patent, and it is public record, and it is it's an invention that is available for anybody to see, and so I have nothing to hide on that patent. It is public record. You can go on my website and study it. You can go to the Patent and Trademark Office and study it. And like I said, I've never had any problem with the government regarding any of my inventions. So I am an American, and I love America, and I want America to be strong, and I want to simply help solve some problems while I'm here, and I just simply trying to do some good for mankind while I'm here.
That's good. I hope me or a bunch of other people go on Shark Tank, because I kind of like the show, and hopefully it goes well. But it's
yes,
a long
I
process.
Hope so, Chris. I hope so too. And so anyway, well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you so much.
On your show,
Mark.
Chris. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and hopefully I can get you on some other time.
Sure. After the next time. Or
yeah, we'll schedule that.
Time.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Oh, thank you, Chris, and good luck.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Thanks. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. That was Mark Sullivan. Sounds crazy, but wow, I think it's pretty good. The generator, I even seen like a model of it. It looks like a little, almost looks like a mini tornado. Unbelievable. Well, best of luck to him.